Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Miranda, and this is our story.
MC Hammer. That is exactly what he did. Well, I was born in Indiana, and I lived there for the first 10 years of my life, where then my parents moved, and then we, obviously with them, to Washington, and that's where Lake Stevens, Snohomish, is kind of where I grew up from for the last 17 years.
I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah. My parents got divorced when I was 2, and so we mostly just lived with my mom. We saw my dad every other weekend. My parents, when they got married, were the typical Mormon family. My dad had gone on a mission, and my mom was the Sunday school teacher. And after they got divorced, my mom made us go to church, I think just to incorporate values and what God was. And then as we got older, she gave us the choice of whether or not that was something that we wanted to pursue. And me and my 2 older sisters all agreed that church just wasn't something for us. And as we got older, we kind of felt that because we didn't choose to become LDS, we were more on the outskirts, we were kind of persecuted. When
I was in high school, I did, that's where I kind of came to know God. On a Sunday, everyone has their plastic smiles versus during the week, and I could see when new people would come into the church, kind of the foyer, because they just showed up. You could hear people kind of pointing and snickering, and just you just felt judged.
In my high school of 5,000, there was maybe 50 people max that weren't LDS. And so the people who weren't were viewed so differently than the people who were, regardless of your actions, whether you were a good person or whether you weren't a good person. So for me, church was very negative, because if you weren't a part of it, then you were either bugged all the time. When are you going to get baptized? When are you going to, become LDS? Then you could partake in all these activities with us. It'd be so much fun.
And it was a door hanger.
It was the top 10 reasons why. And I think I was the one who got it off the door, and I just set it aside.
And she didn't read it.
And then Matt picked it up and read it, and he was
I just started laughing. I was like, this is like the David Letterman top 10 reasons why you don't go to church. And I swear, 9 out of 10 of them just made me laugh. And I was just pointing at the paper, and I was saying, no, come here, you have to look at this. This is so true, this is so true. Look at this. And I was just laughing. Just realized that if these people know and understand these stereotypes, and they see through it, and they can laugh at it themselves. Look at the googly-eyed dude that's on the paper. I mean, you gotta have a good sense of humor. You gotta realize, the life and the purpose that we're here, other than the rules that like you grew up with, and the judging of people and everything. It felt right.
I noticed a change a lot in Samantha, our daughter, just in the short time that we've been coming in. She's been going to Hillside Kids. I've noticed she herself has talked a lot more about God, because we never talked about it before we went to church. So the first 3 years of her life, we never really spoke about we never spoke about God or Jesus Christ. It was never anything we really brought up in our house. And so I've noticed now she asks a lot more questions, or I hear, like, she'll tell me, we'll be doing something silly, and she'll just blurt out, you know what, Mommy, God loves me. Okay, I'm glad that you know that, but I would have never, 3 years ago, I never would have heard her ever say anything like that.
In this positive environment helps kind of just remind what's important, and to be a part of something bigger than yourself, something bigger than your own problems, and sharing with others, communicating your problems, hearing other people's problems, and then sharing stories, and then helping each other where they need help. It's just been a great community, a great bond, and it just kind of helps answer those questions. There's got to be something more to our lives than just this. And Hillside has kind of opened up those doors and kind of laid the groundwork, and is still laying the groundwork in our lives as to what that something more is.